Are you awkward? Chances are the answer is yes. Trust me. We've all been awkward. If it's either with your crush, stuttering or freezing up, saying the dumbest shit imaginable, the most irrelevant shit to the conversation ever, just to fill the silence. Or if it's with strangers you just met and feel like you could have totally done better and messed up the interaction. Trust me, bro. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's on their phone after the interaction conspiring with their friends about how awkward you are. One thing that I've learned is to stop assuming people care about how you behave. So what if you were awkward? Nobody gives a shite. Most people are really self-centered anyways. They're not even gonna be aware of your awkwardness. Once you don't care, you become more confident. Tell me one occasion you remember someone else being awkward. Obviously not like a disability type level of awkward, just normal awkwardness, normal shyness. Chances are high that you don't remember a single one because you were too focused on yourself during the interaction, on your own behavior, doing your absolute best not to come across as awkward or weird. When in reality, that type of behavior is exactly what makes you come across as weird and awkward and shy. If you overthink everything you say, you will be more awkward. It makes you seem secretive and closed up and shy, unsure of yourself, stupid even. Everything you don't want. Just be your fully, truly authentic self. The worst people can think is, oh, he's a bit weird maybe. But guess how many people say that to dozens of people daily? Because they themselves are trying to feel better about their own behavior, whatever that might be. So to justify that, anything that isn't their behavioral pattern seems off to them anyway. So it doesn't matter. You can't win. And honestly, what's the point if you can't be yourself? You don't want those people as your friends anyway. Now, the other side to this, of course, confidence and charisma, social charisma, isn't as easy as just a mindset change. It can be practiced, it can be learned, definitely. But a point I'm trying to make is develop yourself and work on yourself, make yourself a fucking beast, and you will have more trust in you to be your full authentic self. Practicing social skills, to me, has always seemed a little bit irrelevant. I used to think it's cringe or a waste of time, but that is a very, very small-minded way of thinking of me. Not everyone has had the same circumstances as me, nor my upbringing, nor my brain. So if you want to really progress, you need to practice something. But it's not to be less awkward. You need to practice being awkward. Like walking with your arms to the side through public, right? Or talking really loudly on the phone in public. If you need this type of practice, it's definitely really good to do. These are just some examples that are in the same boat as this type of practice, that are great ways of leveling up your awkward tolerance meter of yourself. I send them to you in your email, just scroll down and click the link. In my opinion, you shouldn't try to stop being awkward. You should get used to the fact that being comfortable with being awkward is a superpower. It is a life hack, because if you untrain your awkwardness, you are changing yourself for others. We don't want that. You are you. Now yes, as a teenager we're all very cringy. But if, and this is important, if you work on yourself religiously, you're not gonna be staying that cringe teenager. And at some point, anything you perceive as awkward is just you being you. Maybe at that stage, not having enough experience to act differently. A life and year goal of mine this year is to always, no excuses, be my authentic 100% self in any relationship. Obviously, I'm still trying to work on that every day, but I have gotten pretty good with it. And let me tell you, man, it is so freeing being at some restaurant, maybe with a date or your friends or your girlfriend, and talking to the waiter, of course in a polite way, but talking to the waiter how you want to talk to him. Not holding back because of social conditioning and social fear. And fear of coming across as weird and awkward. I want to know what the fuck is in that guacamole. So I'm gonna ask about it. That's just an anecdotal example, but you know what I mean, right? This type of freedom to do whatever you want, to act like yourself and to embrace it is beautiful. If you embrace that, you will be awkward many times. Because for other people, anything could be seen as awkward that's a bit out of their scope of personality. But it won't be awkward to the extent that you're fearing. Because everyone's way too self-centered to notice anyway. But you will come across as a little different. But guess what? That's what we want, man. That's exactly what we want. You want to be that boring motherfucker that's totally unrememberable, never has anything to say, vanilla as fuck, and just girls falling asleep when they're with you? Nah, man. You want to excite people. You want to make people have that reaction. What the fuck is up with him? Who's that? What is wrong with him? And being different and embracing the uncomfortable and being your authentic self is the best way to do that. So, practice holistic self-improvement at all times. And then if you need it, practice getting outside your comfort zone more through active, practical things you can do. Practice being awkward. I'll send you 5 ways to apply this during your day-to-day. So scroll down and click the link below and send this to an awkward friend of yours. And subscribe if you like me or if I provided some value to you. Take care, man.